All right. Welcome everybody tonight to the quarterfinals of the Alberta Curling 2023 Mixed Doubles Provincial Championship. I'm Parker Conchu. Beside me I've got Evan Van Amsterdam, and we have a couple great games for you tonight.
Yeah, so tonight we got team throwing the Red Rocks. We got team Sluchinski. We got Aaron Sluchinski and his wife Amanda Sluchinski. Then throwing the Yellow Rocks, they'll have the hammer in the first end. We got team Ginter Schmiemann. We got Jason Ginter and Danielle Schmiemann.
Absolutely. And by virtue of their rankings coming into this game, hammer was predetermined. There was no draw to the button for this one. So team Ginter Schmiemann starting with the hammer in the first end.
Yeah, so we can take a look at the pools here quick. Team Ginter Schmiemann ended up second in their pool with a record of 5-2, and earned the right to the quarterfinal. And then on the other side, we got team Sluchinski with a record of 4-3. They had to go through a few tiebreaker games this morning, so they beat team Sturmey Hamilton in the first tiebreaker this morning. Then they beat, right after that, they beat Wojciechowski Dumont in the next one, 8-6. So earned their right into the quarterfinal, making the playoffs, and keeping their hopes and dreams alive.
Absolutely, and I think that will be one of the more interesting aspects of this game too. Is Sluchinski is already on a 2-win day, but they are playing their third game of the day, as compared to team Ginter Schmiemann, who is just starting out for their first game today and should be a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's part of it in mixed doubles, is getting that momentum down early, and if you get a feel for the ice, you can definitely build that confidence, and it's going to be hard to beat.
No.
And then just so everyone is aware, the other game on the ice, the other quarterfinal going tonight, is team Jakes Cullen playing against team Clybrink Broderson.
Well, whatever.
So that one will be a couple sheets over, and we'll be able to keep you updated as far as scores go on that one as well.
Yeah, so if you want to look at the start on in this end here, it looks like Amanda's first rock went a little deep. Open it up for Danielle to put a good one top four. So yellow sitting pretty, and making Aaron have to throw a tough little tap shot here.
That is something we were talking about just before too, how important it is to get that draw weight down early. All sorts of pressure right over the first 2-3 rocks of each end, and that's really going to determine how difficult it is for those 3 rocks in the middle and what you're left with at the end of the end of each.
We're either inside freezing this or coming in again. What do you like?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important.
I don't like that.
The setup early on in mixed doubles. It's you only get 5 rocks, so it's important to make use of those early rocks and put them in the right spots so that you're making the other team chase and make their life a lot harder.
Line's a little tight. Yeah, line.
Really good field out here this week too, and I think that said, no surprise that either of these teams are in the position that they are in playoffs.
I'd like it to curl, actually.
Aaron Sluchinski's won this event before. He's not played at provincials with his wife before, I don't believe.
No, yeah.
Straight.
But it should be a very good team, and they've proven that with 6 wins already this week. And then Jason Ginter, Danielle Schmiemann, no strangers to high-level curling.
Almost good. Yeah, I think they've also won this event before, a couple years in previous couple years ago, but yeah, also been champions of this before, and at least been to nationals a few times themselves as well, just either straight through points or by winning this event. So a lot of experience here with doubles. Obviously, Aaron is without his normal partner, Brittany Tran, as she's competing at the Scotties with her, her team Skrellig team. She throws the third rocks on that team, so unfortunately not available for the mixed doubles, but I'm sure she'd choose to go to the Scotties.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things that you plan your season around.
I like that.
Maybe we'll get there, and then when you do, you're like, absolutely, let's go win the thing. So.
Absolutely. So another unforced error there by Team Sluchinski, allowing Jason to basically loop another one around that one. See if he can set a good angle to not leave a triple.
Okay,
You basically want this rock basically split in the center line right on the top 4, basically half frozen on that other that most
Yeah, I
top
think so.
yellow rock. Just so if Aaron is to run back that red one, hopefully it would just be 2 rocks that fly, not all 3.
Now you have a little bit of room. Okay, you can go. Line's good.
I have a hunch if you're watching, there's a good chance you've played a bit of mixed doubles yourself.
Gotta curl a bit, Jay.
But that said, something I
curl.
find really interesting about this game is the speed at which these teams are making these decisions. There's really not a lot of time on the clock to slow down and talk about it. So you are choosing most often what you feel is correct, the first thing you see.
Close to getting all of them.
Totally, yeah. It's all split-second decisions here, and you got to be quick. You got to be confident, and
yeah,
and you got to have make your shots early.
So big early shot here, just as Evan was drawing up. Jason was trying to get that top 4, came up just a little bit light, so there's definitely an upweight shot here to hopefully for Aaron remove a few of those yellow rocks.
Yeah, I think this is probably better.
Yeah, I think that's actually okay where that ended up for Jason. I think
make that double and
it's
kind
in
of
a usable spot
yellow.
for that later on. Even if Aaron is able to make this this run back, they can slash it in after, and it's a little deeper than that other red one.
Same
so
weight.
as Aaron runs this one back, his shooter will remain higher than that other yellow one. So
good point.
Unlucky there.
Choking.
Unlucky bounce there for Team Sluchinski.
Yeah, I like that. Full 8.
Yeah, it didn't quite curl up the way they were hoping at the end.
I mean, you can even be here, and
unfortunately,
that's
that's probably the worst outcome they could have got.
This is probably her easiest.
Absolutely, yeah. So a chance here for Jason here to sit 5.
Make
Not
sure we
often
guard
you can
the
just draw
inside
and
of
sit a free 5. So
You should play us more.
yeah.
I don't know. That seems like this is going to be in your way a little bit, no?
I think very similar to what you were saying with this last shot. If you can leave this definitely in front of the tee, but in front of the other 3 for sure, Amanda's going to have to make quite a good shot to get them out of this end.
This might be a little fresh through here.
I think the main thing here is blocking off that back double. I think the back double might spin up into a spot that it'll be hard to get rid of and frozen. So get this rock into a spot to kind of block off any triples or any spot where Amanda can make a hit and roll or a tough freeze.
Too much?
To eliminate the end.
Okay. Curl.
Interesting choice of turn on that one, sticking with the path that they know coming across the out turn to make
Oh,
that guard.
Straight.
I'm guessing they just haven't played the other path too much yet this game.
Okay.
Not a bad outcome.
Not a terrible outcome. It kind of maybe tempts them into a freeze, which maybe is something that if you're, Jason or Danielle, maybe you kind of don't mind them throwing a freeze against already sitting 5. Could bring the big 6 end into play by calling this, but also could bring the force into play. So a little bit unfortunate to open it up, but could pay off.
Absolutely, and I am a big fan of this call too. Actually, like you say, it can bring the 6 into play if you don't make it well, but it is playoffs and they're trying to keep the game
this side,
in reach here.
Similar weight to what you gave
early.
me on your first one, maybe a hair less.
I think ideal spot here is kind of even just putting it right on the pin.
No.
Right
you
on
need you need middle 8.
Corner frozen on that one that's biting the button area, and
it'll
be pretty tough to get rid of with that other rocks in the back tee line to jam onto. Big shot here.
Weight's close. Little hot. Want to stay on the back one.
Ooh, unfortunate one there. So by chapping off, it looks like Team Schmiemann Ginter already flying 3.
Yeah,
pretty open opportunity to tap this out and score a big 6-ender.
Yeah, really interesting choice though. Like you say, they're already sitting 3. very, very makeable 4, and 6 is there, but it is tricky, and you kind of hate to not pick up your bonus point in this end.
Totally.
Well, it's hard to do that in the first hand when everything's sharp, like just rack on the top one. I was just hoping it would come down, and at the end, I was just, there was
I don't know. I kind of like it. Like we're clicking off the top. We're probably still getting 4, right? I can throw like backline weight at it.
So it kind of looks like they're looking at a little split shot here instead
I mean, I can throw
of attacking
backline
that
weight at it.
that rock at the back, the red rock at the back. Kind of a draw, taking their
like it.
4 points.
I'll
and
just throw light enough
if they do
weight
a
that
little
we're not-
split and maybe score
Hopefully.
5, that's
Well, you said this path was pretty
good
nice.
too.
Oh, I'm gonna throw like just to the hack kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, just to the hack.
okay. It looks like she is taking on that red rock. Nice hack weight here. I like this choice of weight. Bring the sweeper into play.
Okay, I thought the weight was okay, Jay. Line's good. Stay close.
So they like it early.
Whoa, close. Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Oh, she might have been good enough. At
We'll have
least
to wait
for
and see what they hang on
from
this
our
one.
angle, looks like for sure 5.
Ooh, good sweep.
We'll get the we'll wait for the final announcement, but for sure 5, maybe 6. Great sweep there by Jason to hold that.
Just enough weight.
Like I said,
Hey.
Evan, too, good choice on the weight, and she threw just enough. Like, it was always going to be an extra point.
Or
And then there it is, 6 points on the board. Well thrown.
All
Yeah,
right.
like not too hard that if they do touch their own, they take their own out along with it, but the nice quiet weight that you can kind of use the yellow ones as kind of a guide to tap that in. So a pretty dream start here for Schmiemann Ginter, basically putting a maximum amount of points on it as you can in the first end.
Yeah, that is not a
Just
common
a
score at
titch
all.
that way.
No.
So,
Yeah,
It's
good.
basically the equivalent of an 8-ender in a 4-man game.
Yeah.
So you only get to throw 5 rocks and to
Probably
score
trying
6.
the
That's
corner.
oh, the only good news for Sluchinski out there
Yeah.
is it's the first end.
yeah.
So lots of time to battle back.
These ones have been curling a little bit lately, so.
So they're
stay
going
close.
right to the power play,
Probably a
which I
little
think is the
sticky out
right
here, too.
right move here. Trying to generate some offense, at least get a few points back. So the power play means that instead of starting up the middle, they get to go to the
Cool.
wings. So
No.
by doing so, should
No,
play up the
close.
wings. So at least they have a shot
Close, yep.
for one in the middle by the end.
Hard. Shooter, hard. Hard shooter.
So Evan, interestingly enough, you're going to end
I
up
don't
playing the winner of this game in the semifinals tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you see something like that come up, like you've obviously played a lot of mixed doubles, what's the defense against the power play?
I think the best defense is to either do what Jay and Danielle tried to do right there is the corner guard tick.
Okay.
I find when you have a lead, that's probably the best defense, because you kind of eliminate the guards, and then by the your middle rocks, you can start just throwing some peel weight takeouts and trying to eliminate
corner
rocks.
on the other side.
Okay.
But what's worked as well,
Yeah.
Paige and I found, is even just the freeze. Is the freeze right on the?
I think
If you can make that perfect, and because the rock's already above the tee line, if you can make the first freeze perfect right above the tee line, then it can usually make life pretty tricky for the other team, trying to generate some offense around that corner guard. What you do see though, in if a team's looking for offense, they look like they have to steal. What they'll do is they'll throw a center guard
Right.
to bring the play back to the middle.
Right.
Instead
Try and
of
take the corner out of play that way.
Exactly.
With the
Okay,
being
I
down
think-
6-0 too, I think we might see some
I think
rather aggressive,
this'll be
interesting
clo-
plays from the Sluchinski team.
over here.
And that might be one of
Okay,
them right there.
that one didn't
is
curl
throwing
like
up the second
crazy.
corner to try and really get some offense going on the middle rocks here.
Yeah, you know what? I actually kind of like where that ended up as kind of a tight corner. That's actually almost kind of tickable. You can kind of split those into the rings. You can use it as a guard.
Okay, a little
With it
tighter
being
where
early
you
in the
want
game,
it.
we found it early on in the game. There's
Okay.
a little bit more curl,
Line's good, actually.
so you can come around that
Yeah,
corner guard.
max
But
line.
even so, you could
Max
use it as
line. Max line, way out there.
Maybe another point by split.
We're not
later
even,
on.
yeah. I think just leave it.
It's a little heavy there.
Yeah, nice line on that shot, but that is going to be helpful for the Sluchinski team.
Totally a good thing, a better thing for Team Sluchinski than Team Schmiemann Ginter. It's at a spot now that you can freeze a red rock down on the nose of that yellow rock and basically won't be able to get rid of. It's looking like just a come around attempt.
Wait's close.
He did tap that he wants to just right on the nose of his own red one.
Yeah, starting to try and get it to bend here a little bit as well. Weight looks pretty close.
Pretty close, if anything, a little light looking.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
What sort of times have we been seeing
It's not in.
T-line throughout most of the week here?
Yeah, it's pretty much been about 14-5 for the most part.
I don't think we really want to touch
we've been
this one
seeing
because it's coming
with these
on to
tiebreaker
this
games
one.
and
just hit and roll in, I think.
this quarterfinal games, we'll see that be a little bit slower, just being the only games out there. Before we had all 8 sheets go in, and you know the with all the body heat out there would get a little bit warmer, so the little less frost. So, but I think we're seeing with less games, it's a little colder out there. The frost is coming up, so especially those unused pots, they might be more like that 13-5. 14 instead of the keen of 14-5 to sweep it to 15 in there.
Right.
Yep, hard.
So really being aware of which path you're throwing on for every
Totally.
rock.
And knowing that if you do throw the second one down the path, it will be actually a little faster. Well, not a bad little shot there by Jay.
Or what?
Yeah, remove the one from very behind the corner. It's still going to be difficult to access, but at least he's running his own if he has to play it again.
I'm under here.
Yeah, still a lot of promise in this end for Team Sluchinski.
Yeah, there's rocks in play. There's guards to come around. A little interesting call to come around this one, but I think that's why they threw it early on with Amanda's first one there, is to use it and try and sit 2 and 2 under cover and make life pretty tough for Jay and Danielle to get rid of.
Having played against Aaron quite a bit in men's curling, that is something we've certainly noticed about his gameplay, is when he throws a corner, he tends to use it. So it's not necessarily a surprise that when they put one out there, they will eventually try to get around that rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we by?
Yeah, we're by.
So it is around, it's in the rings, but
off of that one?
it will count for third
Opens
shot.
This up. Not that we really need to, but. Yeah, I don't mind that either. Yeah, I don't mind that either.
It's kind of a sneaky shot by Aaron there. Count for third, maybe tempt them into a draw instead of an easy hit. I think if they would have been third
Top
shot,
4
you'd
depth then.
be basically seeing Jason just try and rip the short run back without even really thinking about it with the 6-point lead. But with it being third shot back there, he basically is looking at ignoring it, and you know, with a simple miss here, could bring 3, maybe 4 points into play for Team Sluchinski.
Agreed. Like, I'm thinking that points to both their confidence with draw weight, that he's going to put this close.
Line's good.
And like you said, it is important that he is
you
in
can
the
go.
ballpark here. Certainly leaving your opponent's rocks in play.
Running really nice.
And grouping your own a little
Line's
bit
good.
is going to give Sluchinski a chance if you don't make
You
it
got
quite
room.
well.
Line's good.
Yeah, and I think that
Close
just speaks
for
to the
line.
mindset of Jay and Danielle, knowing
Line's
that
good.
you know, it
Line's
is the
good.
second end
Just
right
wait,
now.
just
So
wait. No
yeah, they have a
bounce on this
lead, but
line.
no, they also got to learn draw weight as the game progresses too.
Good.
And that's really nicely done.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot there by Jay. Really confident, really great throw there.
Just got to make that. Yeah.
So certainly looking at the yellow here, a little bit hard to tell from our angle whether he's going to be able to roll his
Just
shooter at all.
inside nose.
It says just inside nose, so.
Heel.
just going to catch the guard, and it does avoid removing his own, which is fairly important there.
Very important.
That was a good throw.
Going to be pretty difficult to bring it into play, though, at this point.
Yeah, they don't have a double right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So just,
Yeah, like her shot for 2 would probably be this if we showed her the outside. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I give you this.
Like right exactly where it was.
Yeah. I gave you this, so that's probably close. Just outside edge of 4.
So guard
That
attempt
speed
here
looked- you thought it was minimum,
Danielle.
and it slid pretty good, hey?
And you heard the thought process there, all of which is very sensible, is Sluchinski team's shot for 2 is going to be to make a play on that one in the 4-foot. So if you can take that away, particularly the outside edge of that rock, probably you're going to force them to make the draw for 1.
Totally. Obviously, you'd be
So
looking
you can
to perfectly
kick
place a
like
guard
a-
right on top
kick
of it,
like
but
a-
you got to know
like
the
30 to
tolerance
T-line
is probably to
here.
over curl this and,
So
and
like
show them the
50-ish.
left side of the rock instead of
Ooh,
the
it's hard to
right
see
side.
that
So
from here.
knowing that the left side will jam. So exactly as you point out there, knowing that the over curl is a little bit better than the under
Straight
curl.
curl. Make sure. Yeah. Boy, it kind of feels like it's picking.
Did not like it
Line's
early.
good. It just felt heavy in my hand. Okay, line's good. It has to curl. Gotta fully cross center if you can. Keep going, Jay. Okay, okay.
So just you kind of heard her
Board
say
right
it.
at the middle of our red.
Kind of picked in her hand a little bit, not exactly what she was hoping for. So a little bit of a door opening for Team Sluchinski here, and make a nose hit, get your 2 points, and try and claw back in this game. I think as I've been playing this week, I think overall the ice has been pretty clean. I haven't had a lot of picks or anything like that. So credit to the crew here at the Granite Curling Club, and the ice crew. They've done a really good job of keeping it nice and clean out there, and providing good curl, good movement. And yeah, nice conditions.
Well, on this one right away. Aaron working hard to keep it out there. By the guard, trying to keep it off their own red at this point. Nicely done. And that's 2 points back on the board for Team Sluchinski.
Good throw. Don't try to do anything with it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Curling Alberta 2023 Mixed Doubles Provincial Championship. We are in the quarterfinals here today at the Granite Curling Club. On ice today, we've got one quarterfinal, Colin Jakes versus Clybrink Broderson, and Colin Jakes has started out with an early 5-0 lead in that game. On our feature sheet next door, we've got Team Schmiemann Ginter playing Team Sluchinski. Schmiemann Ginter opened up with a big 6 in the first end. Sluchinski used their power play in N2 and did manage to get a deuce with a nice last rock tap hit from Amanda.
Yeah. Thanks, Parker. Yeah, you got myself, Evan Van Amsterdam, and Parker Conchu in the booth here.
Should be a little better now.
Commentating this game. First ever commentating by for Parker here. Getting it
Thought there.
doing it. I don't know.
Not nervous at all. Thanks.
No.
Hey, you got a little bit of room, Jay.
Yeah, so the
No
winner
bounce
of,
on this
this
line.
game, Sluchinski and Ginter, gets the
Line's
honor
good.
to play myself in the semifinals.
No bounce
So
yet.
me and my partner
No bounce.
Paige
no
Papley
bounce.
of
No.
finishing first place in our pool. We are on the right a bye right to the semi to play. So we await the winner of this quarterfinal game.
Good judge.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys
Come
had a pretty
around
nice
our
week
red.
so far. I'm assuming these are both teams that you've played previously, or at least parts of these teams.
Many times before, for sure.
come around
Just being
it.
good friends with Jay and
In the
Danielle,
back.
playing with them
Back
or
button.
just talking with them or anything like that, and played Aaron and his wife Amanda early on this week, and we were able to pull off the win. But it was a very close game. Both of them played really good in that
Close.
game. And then I've played Aaron and his
Looks like it's gonna
other
go
mixed doubles
straight.
partner Brittany a fair amount, and usually come on the losing end of that one. So, so it's good to see him.
Yep. And as we mentioned in the first end too, these are the teams that are left, and really the teams that were at this event. Lots of talent out there,
Just
and a lot of
touching the tee line.
experience building in the mixed doubles scene in Alberta for sure.
Totally.
Nose. How much weight? Back line.
So a little bit more of
Okay.
a, I'll say traditional start in a mixed doubles end this time, with both teams keeping their first couple rocks above the tee line and trying to establish those angles so they can have a bit more access as this end develops.
Yeah, I think that's the overall goal here in mixed doubles. You
Line's
want
good.
the rocks above the tee line,
Close.
so that
Curl then.
basically nothing to freeze onto
Curl if you're
as the end
hacked.
progresses. So, and you got something that you can
Really
bump up
got to
yourself.
curl, Jay.
So,
Oh boy. Okay.
yeah, a little unfortunate miss by Jay there, jamming on his own.
Half under the red here.
So
A
it's
little bit of
basically-
an oh boy out of Danielle.
Yeah, a little bit of an oh boy there. Yeah, there's basically two main misses you can't have in the doubles game. I found is the too light and rack on the guard and leave an additional guard, or the too heavy. So we saw that with Jay. A little too heavy there, chapped the Sluchinski red rock into his own, and now basically is given the opportunity for Aaron to free loop around and try and sit three, or even just provide a guard
Weight's
and
good.
put some pressure on for Team Ginter Schmiemann.
Yeah, I haven't played a whole bunch of mixed doubles myself at this point, but trying to get into it, that is exactly what I've heard
No.
from a lot of people, is getting your weight correct is a huge aspect of this game. And when you miss either a little light or a little heavy like that, the pressure swings are fast. So you can go from looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think
miss
it
one
does.
shot,
It's
and suddenly You're
close.
fighting for your whole end.
Absolutely, and it's absolutely, you got to get something out of each shot.
I mean, it'd be nice to stick
If you
around, but
throw
we
a
don't
complete
have
miss,
to.
yeah, like you said, the end turns around so fast in doubles, so you got to make sure you're getting something out of everything.
Yeah, like it's probably just touching it.
So
Okay.
looking at the little hack weight attempt, or with that broom setup, maybe a little bit more weight. I think they might be able to make a double on those back red rocks, and keep that yellow rock
Yep.
kind of sandwiched in there.
Whoa. Yep.
Should be pretty close.
Hard.
Yes, no, yes
Whoa.
call here.
Okay.
Not quite.
Good throw.
Well
Does-
thrown. Didn't quite drag the way they were hoping to there. Kind of kicked it over top from the angle he hit it.
Not quite. They left that yellow rock in a pretty decent spot, though.
They
Should
did.
be a little bit buried, and the angle goes right on that back red rock.
Just hack.
Yeah, I think they were hoping that would drag a little bit lower, but hitting it
Little
on the
left.
high side, I guess it just dragged a little bit too far to the right, missing that back rock.
Little more.
So as you see Amanda having the ice down for Aaron, at least when I've been playing Aaron this week, I noticed he probably had the most little broom out of everyone for ice, just because he throws it so positively, which
Yeah.
and so straight. So he doesn't have a lot of broom, so as much as me or a lot of other teams out here.
Holy fuck. That was an adventure.
Great shot there.
Yeah, really good.
Thin.
Bit of an
Okay.
adventure, I think, is what I heard there.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent shot there. you're down 4 without the hammer, but in this mixed doubles games, you can get some rocks in some good spots early, and look at that, you're sitting
Yeah.
3 and all kind of buried. So
Yeah, sitting 3 corner or center guard still in play, so I think you're pretty happy with this situation. Jason going to try and open it up a little bit for him and Danielle here.
Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard.
oh, very unlucky. Not only missing the high one, but missing the back one as well. So
Here.
a little thinner would have gotten all 3 of them. A little thicker would have probably just gotten the 2. But so really unfortunate how that turned out for Schmiemann Ginter.
Yeah, running out of time to get out of this end, and it looks like they're going to have a pretty hard shot to make sure that they're scoring and keeping that lead that they've built.
Yeah, the mixed doubles game, you only get 5
Top 8, top
rocks,
4.
right? So when you don't have the
Just
setup,
make sure you get it out there. We
early
don't
and
need to be anywhere
you're
near
in
the
instant
guard.
scramble mode.
You can
so.
tuck a piece. It doesn't matter.
So good opportunity here for Sluchinski.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just get it
Amanda and Aaron here. They can
right in here.
draw one, put it kind of like as Aaron just pointed out right there, top 4. Kind of take away that in-turn draw path, and maybe make Danielle have to throw a hit and maybe sacrifice a point or 2.
Exactly. Anything high of their other rocks essentially is going to play really, really well here if you can get it on that draw path.
A little
Working
light.
pretty hard,
Yeah,
yeah.
Aaron's really working this. Mine looks okay.
Oh, get out of the way.
Yeah, it looks looks actually really, really good. And
Yeah.
that is almost a perfectly placed stone.
Excellent shot. Yeah, you can tell they're husband and wife. Eh?
Yeah.
Like make that double.
Yeah.
Do you think we can get all of them?
Well, I'm just thinking this is the like
Because
I
of the
guess
teamwork.
you can
Because
see
of
it,
the excellent teamwork.
Yeah, okay,
Absolutely.
perfect.
eliminating
yeah.
the damage. Like if we
Really good.
So
But
kind
again,
of
excellent shot
that.
there.
I've thrown
kind of
this
an
in
interesting
draw a
spot.
couple
That's it
times.
might be deep enough. They're kind of looking at the double, triple, maybe if it spins enough.
Oof.
I can't see very much. Like maybe a quarter of
Might
that
be there,
red
but that is
one.
a scary shot to throw. That is really easy.
Let me look from the hack. I
to
think
not
I know the
remove
broom for either
most
one.
of the rocks you're trying
Yeah.
to get rid of there. But that might be the call, is exactly what you said. You try and make a double and surrender a point here, or are you looking at trying to hit the 4-foot?
And maybe give up the 3, and you're boom, like just like that. You're only up 1. So
Exactly. So big shot regardless of what she chooses.
I think she just
Yeah, I actually don't mind the out turn.
taking a
I have
look
a
at it
little
from
more
the
than I
hack,
thought. Okay.
taking on a quarter rock double. I like this call. I think I would
Sorry.
talk my partner Paige into this shot.
Yeah.
Try and get rid of some rocks, maintain the lead. I think missing the draw.
Yeah, absolute
just
best
be-
outcome here.
I can only
a big
see.
momentum.
Maybe you get all 3.
So.
Yeah.
But that is not far off not getting all 3. So a good throw.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa, no, 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 no.
She does get 1 to leave the house there. The second red just kind of spun back into the 4-foot, and that is a steal of 2. So tightening up that score just a little bit.
Yeah, and as we see in like the mixed doubles game, and the ends can turn around so fast. So we got a game all of a sudden here. So stay tuned. All right. Thanks for staying tuned. So as we pan over to Sheet D in the other quarterfinal, huge score of 5 for team Kyler Kleibrink and Chantel Broderson
Absolutely.
to tie up the game.
You can see that 3 still swinging on the scoreboard there. We heard a big ooh from the crowd here in the rink and had to look up and see what was going on.
Yeah, I totally missed what actually happened, but it must have been pretty spectacular here.
I like it.
Kyler, my men's team skip. Nice to see him, tie that game back up and make a good game of it. Early on, we were looking at 2 blowouts, and now all of a sudden we got 2 barn burners. So
Makes doubles, man. It's crazy.
it's pretty awesome. So as we see that one stop a little bit light. Isn't a pretty good spot though, splitting the center line and maybe even favoring the outturn side a little bit. We'll see Amanda and Aaron tap that up a little bit later. And
Yeah, I do find that to be one of the most interesting spots to put that first rock. Is like you really are trying pretty hard to make that freeze, but anything light of that, especially buried, is still quite excellent.
Okay, line's good.
And still going to be a problem for Jason and Danielle, and they'll
Line's
deal with
good.
it.
especially early on where we have the curls still.
Wait
where
only.
where we're able to basically
line.
tap rocks still.
Line's good, line's good.
Oh, and that is a really nice response to that rock.
That's beautiful. Great shot there.
Yeah, that's also really nice to see. Missed her last one, or probably not happy with her last one in
try
the
this.
third end there, and then turns around
Either
and
come
drops
here,
that right top 4.
Or we could
Absolutely.
try
That's
this.
that's always huge. The make after miss.
Exactly. Yep.
Come around it. Just get even with
So it
their
seems a little
top
bit like
one.
both teams have kind of settled in here, and I'm expecting a lot of good shots from 2 teams in this quarterfinal.
Yeah. So looking
I
to
think
just
edge.
come around everything here, right towards the button. Kind of speaks to the late finish here that we're kind of getting at the Granite Curling Club this week, and we're able to make kind of shots like this that you got to play them tight to the guard, but if you are able to sneak past the guard, you'll end up in a good spot with the right weight.
For sure. It's nice to see these teams out there throwing
Weight's
draws, and it
close.
doesn't look
Weight's-
like they're guessing.
Yeah.
The pass seems
Looks close.
quite consistent, and the rocks are reacting
okay.
how they expect for how they throw them.
So that one just hanging on. Like I said earlier, Aaron throws a really straight rock, which has
that's
paid
not
off
good.
for him in the
What kind
men's
of
game,
weight?
and like we saw last week at the Boston Pizza Cup,
'Kay.
skipping a men's team on that. So we're really swinging it
Just
really
behind
nice.
the T line.
But sometimes when you do get the club spot,
I mean, we
it
could
does
go
be a little
this
bit
way
straighter.
too.
So you can get the swing, but
'Kay.
if you throw it a certain way, sometimes you don't. But maybe a little contradictory what I just finished saying.
No, it all made sense to me.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes!
Carry on.
Really gotta go, Jay.
Really tight line here, really working it.
Hard. Hard.
Always holding that there. Will rack.
Small, yeah, little tap.
And I'm not sure he's going to be happy with where that other red moved to either.
No, it's kind of lined up right on the
Yeah.
yellow.
On
It
his
might
own yellow,
might sandwich right into that onto the back one, but does put that red one into a spot where it's pretty easy for Sluchinski to.
Yeah, we'll see who ends up using that.
Yeah.
But if Aaron can get one into the button area here, it's going to be at least 2 rocks to remove it.
Totally. I don't know if we mentioned this before, but these 2 teams actually played each other in
Wait's
this very same spot last year. Obviously with a little different partner for Aaron, but Jay and Danielle played against Aaron and Brittany in the quarterfinals on the same sheet last year, so they were looking for a little bit of revenge here. Oh, great shot by Aaron there. Might have left the pocket there to
We had to get back
blast
there.
him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that the red goes anywhere, but it's definitely whatever they choose to do, probably worth removing that back yellow. That's the one that's
'Kay.
going to hurt them.
I
as the
mean,
set goes
ideally we
forward.
move
Totally.
this a little bit.
And that's what Danielle's seen as well.
Yeah, like that back
So
yellow one is
otherwise
never
we're
ever
never
going to
getting this
score at
out
this
of here.
point. So by removing
'Kay,
that back yellow
same
one,
weight?
it'll open it up to remove that red rock
Yeah.
in the next couple shots.
Okay.
Just probably only seeing a nice control weight here, maybe like a lighter board weight. Try to hit the middle of both those rocks, and
Yeah, lots of weights will make it as long as you as long as you make contact
Close.
enough that you're pushing that yellow around.
Yeah.
Close. Whoa then. Close. Curl. Whoa, straight. Whoa, curl.
Oh, must be pretty close.
Curl. Curl, curl. It's good. Yep.
Yeah, ray shot.
Yeah, they chose about a back line to try and push that a bit, and it really worked out pretty well.
Yeah,
Yellow's
best-
going nowhere.
Totally, and best part about that, exactly, it doesn't go anywhere, but and then one shot, both reds will be removed. So excellent shot there for Jay.
Suddenly, Sluchinski throwing red is going to have to be very careful here.
Glass.
Wondering if we should
Glass.
keep calling him Sluchinski or just Sluchinski.
Yeah, a little less.
I don't know, Sluchinski just rolls off the tongue.
It does. It's different for sure.
Very recognizable last
Weight's
name. I've
good.
been losing to him for
Weight's
a
good.
decade now, so
Everyone has. No shame.
yeah.
So this one, ground up just enough. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey,
Probably would have wanted to bump it a little bit more.
probably
Yeah,
right
I
here.
agree. I think you were kind of hoping
But
to create a bit of a hole between
I don't know
those
what
reds.
else. We could also do
There's nothing wrong with
this
that
and
shot. It's
tap
quite
and
good.
sit too. This. Sorry? Well, you can just tap it. You just have to move it this far to sit too.
I don't know if I necessarily love this for.
I think I like that.
I think if you're bumping this, you almost want to bump it
'Kay.
all the way back, right to the back one, just so you don't leave the slash sideways for Team Sluchinski with their red rock.
Yeah. You can see what Danielle's looking at, though. If this is well made, it's going to be very tough for Amanda to
Line's
not
nice.
give up at least two.
Totally, and like we mentioned before, that
Closer
yellow rock
line,
isn't
yep.
really going anywhere on the other side. So
Exactly.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Yep. Hard. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hard on the yellow.
It's good. It's good. It's good. What more do you want?
Slam that into there.
So this is
I
exactly
know,
what we were
Amanda.
talking about, Evan, is
We just need to get our rock tucked in there
unsure
and
whether
kill
that
this one.
pushed the yellow far enough, and it might have actually given Amanda a bit of an out here.
yeah, so yeah, that's kind of like what I mentioned. I don't know if I like
Well, you-
tapping it, but if you're tapping it, it had
you
to be
can still
all the way
hit
to the back, just because.
Half a rock.
At least from our side angle here, if you hit a half a rock or if you hit even thinner, you'll basically
Yes, we're
slice
always hitting
that
this one first, no matter
red
what.
rock into the one that's on the button,
So half a rock.
and maybe sit shot rock, and
peel,
that's
hopefully
going to
it
be
hits
really
this,
tough to get rid
and
of.
actually just moves that there. Then our three can't ever leave, right? This one will fall, okay? Like this is a very straight spot on the ice. Just throw for nose. Throw for nose and hit a half to a quarter.
So we're kind of hearing Aaron mentioning how straight the spot is. So at least Paige and I
Probably
found
a
that
quarter.
too with the peel weights. They've actually been falling
But
a little
still
bit.
just
So
throw for nose. It'll back out there for you.
so you hear Aaron say throw it for nose, and it's actually going to go against the curl and fall a little bit backwards, and
Yeah.
so she's able to hit a half rock or a quarter rock even, and slice that red into those two yellows.
For sure, and really important to get settled and pick your target too. So throw for nose, you know exactly where you want to go. Definitely backing it up.
Not a bad result there.
That's all I wanted. Oh, I don't know. Sure.
So nice
I'm
throw
worried
there.
that if we try and do
It's
this, it's
one of
gonna
those
come off
results
the yellow
where
and just sit right
probably
here.
neither
right?
team
gotta
is like
get,
thrilled about it,
I
but
mean,
both
you can
happy
even
with it
wick
too.
it
So
and
yellow's
still
still
be
sitting
okay.
one,
Yeah.
Ginter,
Do you like that?
Ginter Schmiemann
Or
will
just
probably
throw it
score.
away?
Those are your two options.
Really, really tough too, though.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of risk with
Let's do
taking
this.
on a hack
Do you think
waiter.
this is like what kind of waiter
If
we
you do
trying?
hit
So
it
hack and get it
anywhere
off
in the
of
high
this
side, you could just
for 2?
basically chip your
Yeah.
Okay.
yellow one
mind
out
it.
and give up a steal of 1 when you're
Sorry?
already sitting 1.
I
So,
don't think it's really hard.
It's not hard.
but might be
No,
worth
I
the
don't think
risk
it's
trying to
grossly
score your
hard.
2 points.
It's got to roll to like there.
I think I like it.
Okay.
With hack weight.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The angle's not fantastic with our camera setup, but so I think they're almost
Yeah,
saying that there
I
might
think
be a
I-
hole
yeah,
between
okay.
the two. Hair on the high
Just
side
hit
might
it,
be
like,
able
really thin.
to shoot him through both yellows and be able to maybe bring 3 into play. I think if there's a potential for 3 into play, I think I like taking the shot on.
Yeah, I definitely like how confidently Danielle
Trying to hit like 3
decided that
quarters
she wanted
then
to try
kind of
this
thing,
shot.
hey?
I think that
Okay.
makes me think she sees the path. She knows how she wants to make this, but certainly with the red sitting slightly higher than the yellow, like you say, there is a bit of risk here, and it has to be well made.
Hack weight.
Totally, I think that's part of it too. Just only having 2 players out there, you got to be confident. You gotta speak to that confidence. And when one player's seeing one shot, you got to trust them and know they're gonna make it.
Solid hack. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. No. Whoa. Straight, straight, straight. I don't know.
So you can hear the crowd there in the background, a little bit of an ooh as that one goes by. And you can tell halfway down, Danielle was not sure that was going to be the outcome.
Yeah, I think that was definitely, like I mentioned,
sorry.
the risk with taking on that shot. But and we also talked about
No, I was a
you
little
heard
bit
Team
wide,
Sluchinski
but
talking
I
about how
thought it
straight
was
that
solid
spot is. So
hack.
Yeah. So
Um,
after 4, 6-5, after a 6-0 lead, this game is tightened right up. But Danielle Schmiemann, Jason Ginter holding on to hammer going into end 5. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2023 Mixed Doubles Provincial Curling Championship for Curling Alberta. We are at the Granite Curling Club. Brief update for you for the other quarterfinal going on right now. We have Cullen Jakes versus Clybrink Broderson.
Yeah, we got a big 3 score in the 4th end for Cullen Jakes, bringing back their lead.
Yeah, so we'll keep you up to date with that one. Again, that was another game that looked a little bit out of hand early, but Clybrink Broderson with the big 5-3, and now they find themselves 3 down again. So we will bring you back to that one when we know more.
Yeah, and so you're joined to the booth here by myself, Evan Van Amsterdam, and we got Parker Conchu here with me, and commentating these nice quarterfinal matchups here for mixed doubles provincial.
So on our other sheet there, you might be able to see the clocks.
Whatever.
The players in this event are timed. They get
Whichever one you
24
want to
minutes thinking time for the entire 8-end game.
I think it's
Both
still
these teams at
curling at
about
least a
12 and a
little
half
bit here,
minutes left
like
right
middle.
now. So as we previously mentioned, it's a fast game. You're not doing a lot of sit down and talk about it. You make your decision, and then you make your shot.
Yeah, totally. I think maybe in other kind of formats without the clocks, you can take a little bit more time to chat about stuff. But you know, when you're on the clocks, you really have no time to chat too much.
And then just in case you are just joining us, this game too had quite a wild start with Jason Ginter, Danielle Schmiemann picking up a big 6 in the first end. And then over the last 3 ends, Amanda and Aaron have battled back with a nice hit for 2, a steal of 2, and then a further steal of 1 in the last end. So suddenly we have a tight game going into the last 4.
You need to listen.
Yeah, so maybe we see that early on here with the frost kind of building up. With only 2 games out there right now, with Amanda's first rock coming up as kind of a higher guard.
Leave it open if you're light. Straight if you're light.
So something to keep an eye on when the path sits that
Straight
long. The
if you're
frost builds
light.
up, and now they're need a little extra feet of weight to get it there. And we see another one come up a little bit light.
Yeah, Danielle's there not in a bad position, but if Aaron does lock this one on, suddenly you're looking at a 3-guard situation and still not able to remove any of them.
Yeah, totally.
Or I take that back, he would be able to. Yes. Just
Yeah. So in the mixed doubles game, with the team with the hammer, the first switch of the rock, so predominantly the guys rock, the first one of the guys rock will you're allowed to hit. So you might see Jay throw a double run back or maybe a touch freeze if Aaron's able to be successful here in this freeze attempt.
Weight's good.
So just a little shy of where you wanted to be. Probably you wanted to be about a foot deeper there. But still quite a good shot.
You want to try and tap
again,
it
in
or
one of those
peel?
situations where that red is going to be one that either they can use or Danielle and Jay will have to deal with.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, above the tee line's always kind of where you want to be.
You good with that?
I think you kind of heard
Okay.
Aaron there. You wanted to be
Half?
shot rock, but you know, it's in a spot where
Can you
they
get
can
to
use it later on.
half
So
with hack?
still a
Good half?
good result.
Okay,
Danielle and Jay did talk about this shot a little bit.
a good half.
I think you could go either or. So they're going to try and play the
2/3.
little tap slash. That should leave them sitting 3 if it's well made, but it's still going to leave the 2 center guards in play, and that's the other one that Danielle looked at, is whether it's time to get rid of those. So we'll kind of see how this end plays out.
Yeah, I think you can
A
see a
little
little bit more of
tight.
that yellow rock than maybe we can see from our angle on the camera.
Gotta
so
go.
taking this shot
Yep.
on and trying to sit the 3.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Yeah, really nice
Well
there.
thrown.
Yeah, really great shot for Jason there. Not only sitting the 2, but you kind of left that yellow rock in a usable spot still, so you can use that later on to tap back and.
Absolutely. That rock is always going to be a problem for the Sluchinski team.
Absolutely. It's a pretty tricky little shot here for Aaron taking on the freeze. It looked like he wanted it right on the button, right on the back one. So see if he can get it to finish up enough to sit one buried and half frozen. I think end result here is frozen on either one of them. Last thing you want to do is be heavy here and chap off everything, or too light and guard everything.
right there.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Okay.
A little bit of wizardry there. That's a beautiful shot.
Do you want to throw a little more weight now because we're moving more rocks?
Like we said, that,
Yeah.
that yellow one being in such a good
Hack.
spot.
Board?
Yeah, and that was part of the beauty of the weight that
Board?
team chose to throw on the last half
'Kay.
here, is exactly what you said, leaving that yellow up front and leaving this available for them to make a second time.
Yep.
Yeah, so nice little thick half.
Half is nice.
As you hear Danielle say, half rock is nice. We'll probably see them throw that same kind of
Board?
lighter control board weight. And try and keep your shooters around and try not to spill everything.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Close again.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Straight.
Ooh, that is a nice shot as well.
Beautiful.
And Aaron's going to have one shot at this run to get out of this, or it's going to look like a very difficult, potentially game-saving draw out of Amanda on her last.
Yeah, great shots by Jay to take advantage of the angles he left himself. And so tricky little double run back attempt. I think we, Paige and I kind of identified that, how important the first shot is on this ice. We saw Amanda come up a little late on her first one, and now they're kind of scrambling here as the end's progressed.
A little unlucky there. Probably not of huge importance either way, but might have actually bumped out
Okay,
their
well,
red
I
and
guess
left
she
yellow
has
sitting
like,
four.
I don't know if it matters.
Oh, just
She's
heard Jay
probably
say
going to
that
have
red
to
is still
freeze at
fourth
this
shot.
point or come off of that. So it's usable. I don't love.
So sitting, kind of an interesting situation here. Sitting 3 buried, all
At least if
all
she
in a
throws
line.
this
Kind
one,
of,
I can come off of this probably.
you can't guard both sides. They're going to have either side
So I
to
think-
freeze on the back one. So maybe
Well,
the
I
main thing
guess
is
not
about
if we
setting up
block
an
it,
angle
though.
to
I think I
be
like
able to
this.
run back yourself or slash in yourself.
Yeah.
By doing this, you also don't want to leave an
Top four.
easy double and be buried opportunity either. So still very precise shots here by here for Jason.
You're right. An interesting discussion where it's like we're sitting too good, so how do we not make it also good for the other team?
Yeah.
Line's good, I think. Keep it out there if you can. You can go. It's gonna over curl. How's the weight? Okay. Okay, just get it shot over this then. Once you're there, that's fine.
So
Okay.
not bad. He's going to be a little unhappy that he staggered the front there.
Oh, it's
So
up to you.
Yeah, it's
Big,
kind
big
of
shot.
Draw here.
kind of
If we draw
a
here, we probably steal.
tricky spot here. They can. The choice is
play
either the in-off double attempt that you kind of have to stick,
Okay, let's hit it. I don't care.
or you,
What?
if you're confident with the draw, yeah, throw the draw.
Half goes into this one, which isn't bad either. You probably cut them down to 2.
How much weight and how much do we want to?
Actually, that's not good. Yeah, it's 3. If you run into that one, it's 3.
So do you only throw normal?
I think you throw normal, and you try to hit the back of this or straight into this.
So anywhere from a quarter or like half to a quarter?
Yeah, it's about a quarter. Just throw. I think it'll come up a little, but you
Yeah, kind
got
of
to give it a go.
interesting call
You
here.
have to be.
Calling for the thin quarter rock.
You can't ever start
in
farther
off.
out than on a third of it, and then hopefully it comes up that inch.
Really important that you either do one of two things: is jam it on the back one and sit buried, or you can just hit and roll yourself right there. So very touchy little shot here.
See what she kicks out with, but I think I heard them discussing
And only
normal,
sweep
which
early
is
if we're flashing it, okay?
a pretty good weight call here too, where you're probably not going to be able to get through that hole with normal. So like you say, it'll either
At
be the
like
hit and roll or
1/3.
onto that red. Or
Yeah.
straight
Throw
onto
it
the yellow.
1/3.
It's not a very natural
basically at the
angle is
handle.
the problem for. There's kind of a hole there to run
even
into,
inside
so
that, it's
definitely
gonna
something to
track
be
back, okay?
be worried about for the.
It's going to track
Team
back,
Sluchinski
and
here.
then at some point it might.
It's kind of interesting. They
Come a
didn't even
little,
really
but it's
look at
gonna
the draw at
track
all.
first.
They like the shot and they're trusting their guns here. and
Got
going
peel
for it.
weight. It's going way out there.
Okay, nose hit.
All right, well,
Forward
good
weight.
attempt. Didn't quite get the curl they wanted. I think maybe a little
Straight
bit bigger
spot.
weight than they'd been discussing.
Always.
So really big shot here for Danielle to take that lead in the command of
Ether
this game
board,
back.
and it did
Yeah,
not
another
do
opportunity here for a
much.
big end for Team Ginter Schmiemann here. So unfortunately a little too thick on the hit and roll attempt. So opportunity here for Danielle
yeah.
to nose, and she did identify that
Oh,
you
but
kind of
enough
heard her
is
say
good.
that how straight this spot is. So maybe take the curl out of it, just kind of aim for the middle of the rock and throw maybe a little bit more weight, and make sure you score your 4 and stick around for 5.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
You gotta like the clean early.
Easy, easy. Curl a little.
There you go. After a big score of
5.
5, that's handshakes. So we'll see Team Ginter Schmiemann move on to the semifinal to play myself and Paige Papley in the semifinal tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
We have to?
Oh, you know what? You're kind of hearing the umpires. Actually, in the rules,
Okay,
they do
well,
have to play 6 ends in the playoffs. So
I don't care.
They score 1 and 6?
might have to maybe make them play it.
Yeah, we'll just whip them through then.
All right, so they're gonna get 5 more practice slides each.
5 more practice slides each. Maybe a chance for Jay and Adel to get some more draw weight for tomorrow's
Yeah,
game.
perfect. That's what you're looking for.
That's
I'm
exactly
sure.
what I want to see for sure.
Yeah.
Amanda.
So I think we might turn our attention to the other game on sheet D, as this game wraps up.
Real interesting scoreboard on our feature game there. So for anyone just tuning in, that's Team Danielle Schmiemann and Jason Ginter are going to win that one with a big 6 in the first end and a big 5 in 5. Team Sluchinski can't quite pull off the 3-win day, came through the second tiebreaker, then the first tiebreaker, and then will bow out at the quarterfinal stage.
Yeah, I think that's always tough. We've gone through back-to-back days. Last Thursday and Friday here, we've had 3 game days, and to have another 3 game day for Team Sluchinski, it's tough to keep the momentum going. All right, we're back. Kind of saw a nice throw throughs there for Aaron and Jay there.
Yeah,
but
it's very crisp.
very crispy throw throughs there. So as that game is now over, we turn our attention to the other quarter, which we got a wild game over here.
Yeah, absolutely wild games. We got team Ryan Jakes and Brianna Cullen playing team Chantel Broderson and Kyler Kleibrink. As we mentioned, team Jakes Cullen started up 5-0. Team Kleibrink sort of worked their way back into it, and now they've taken another big end, and they actually have a lead. That's a nice double there by Kyler.
Yeah, it looks like in the 5th end there, they were able to get a big 4 score back, and, you know, 2 ends scoring a 5 and a 4. You got the lead. That's it makes for a pretty crazy game.
Yeah, so huge momentum shifts both directions in this game. We haven't been keeping too close an eye on this, so I haven't noticed exactly how these ends have been building, but certainly from the crowd reactions up front, they've been interesting.
Totally.
And for those of you that might have just joined in or just watching, our other quarterfinal ended up being Danielle Schmiemann and Jason Ginter winning over the team Sluchinski. Handshakes after 5
the
there.
5th end, yeah. Well, yeah, 5th end.
After 5. So that's going to be Jason and Danielle moving on to play Evan and Paige in the semifinal number 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, so the winner of this game will move on to play Craig McAlpine and Ashley Kalk. They're the other team waiting for the...
Yeah, so those 2 teams
the
that didn't
next,
play today were the 2 teams that won their respective pools and therefore got a bye directly into the semifinals. Which really on a day like today where there were multiple tiebreakers was a pretty big accomplishment, saving yourself at least a couple games.
Yeah, definitely something that Paige and I have really appreciated. Like I was kind of saying, the last 2 days have been nonstop 3-game days, so to have a day off, maybe let the body regenerate a little bit, and it's been kind of nice.
So Kyler here looking to just remove that yellow rock. Mixed doubles, blank ends are not a thing.
Yeah, no. So if there is a blank, if no one scores in that end, then it just results in a change of hammers. So really no point blanking out an end.
Yeah, which is probably part of why Kyler's looking to play this too. Just remove those yellow rocks, and then you're not worried about that. But this is pretty tight. Oh, and that's a good sweep.
Yeah, great
Yellow
shot there.
leaves quite easily.
So it did leave it in the back of the house. We kind of mentioned before, back of the house is an opportunity for you know, a rock to be frozen to it, but it doesn't look like it's fully buried around that that corner guard. So if there is a frozen rock, you might be able to throw some peel weight and take it out. So I'm starting to think, I wonder if this was the power play attempt for Jake's Cullen. Kind of just the way the guard looks. Maybe it was a corner guard that was kind of maybe ticked by Chantel and kind of bringing the play back towards the middle. Just the way that guard sits and how it's kind of been shaping up. Been like a defensive power play kind of attempt.
Good thought.
I could be wrong, but
I wouldn't bet on it. Line on this looks pretty good. Just trying to sweep to make it curl a little bit here as it finishes in. Don't know that it's going to have the weight.
Yeah, a little light there. Yeah, Cullen Jakes was our only loss of the week. Ryan, when played phenomenally, outplayed me by quite a bit. So you see him coming up light there was maybe a little bit of unforced error. But like we mentioned before, the frost has been kind of building up, and maybe with that the other sheet you know, wrapping up, maybe a little more frost is building up. Again, even a little slower out there for those teams.
Pretty interesting position though. So I believe Chantel here is going to opt to play the come around, and in doing so, she is saying, "I'm going to make this draw. I'm going to have to put it in play. Anything short of the house or racking on that yellow is going to leave a very makeable shot for 2." So big shot here, has a chance to put a lot of pressure on Team Cullen Jakes.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty nice opportunity here for Chantel. Chantel and Kyler have won this event before. I believe back in maybe 2019. It was up in Dawson Creek. Beat beat our winners in our other game, Jay and Danielle, in that final. So they are well-experienced mixed doubles partners as well.
I got heavy, yeah.
So Chantel will be very happy with that shot. It is in great position, blocking the drop path just a little bit, and it is not hittable. So this isn't one that's going to leave a double, and a nose hit would not score one. So Brianna Cullen is going to have to go out a little bit wider here, and really will need to grab a piece of the forefoot to be safe for her one.
Yeah, pretty tricky little shot here. The one in doubles where you're used to drawing to the middle, so should be close.
Shouldn't be your first time down this path. Yeah, he's gonna walk it in here. As you say, Evan, no trouble at all.
Yeah, really well done there. Good sweep, good judge by skipper Ryan Jakes. Don't normally get to see him sweep, so but nicely done there, and able to tie it up going into the last two ends. So it looks like we're gonna get to see a power play attempt here for Team Clybrink Broderson. So yeah, not only have they been able to score big ends, but they've been able to save the power play. So pretty good opportunity for them to maybe try and put 2, maybe 3 on the board and take a lead into the last end. So
yeah, I don't know if I'd already scored a 5 and a 4. I'm not sure I'd need this, and maybe they're just scoring really big around the center.
Yeah, that's potentially true. Looks like there was maybe a steal in the second end, but other than that, yeah, some big scores the last time they've been thrown towards the middle with the hammer. So
it's a little different than our earlier game here, where we saw the tick on the corner. Oh, maybe trying it again here.
Yeah, maybe you are seeing it. I think it is.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
So fantastic weight there. She is going to settle in for, not quite shot.
Not quite shot.
And not quite removing the corner either. So really nice weight, kind of overcurled maybe just a little bit from what they were hoping for.
Yeah, but still pretty well executed.
Exactly, it opens up the red.
Yeah, I think the hit is now open on the red. You're going to have to throw another guard on top, or at least maybe a little Christmas tree top 12. But you're always going to have a takeout on that shot rock, so pretty well executed by Brianna there. So as you see this one slide a little bit deeper. Will sit down for shot rock, so it is Broderson Clybrink line the 2, but as we mentioned, it is behind the tee line, so mixed doubles behind the tee line is a little bit scary. So
a little bit scary, and also in mixed doubles still playing with essentially a 5 rock rule, so not yet hittable.
Yeah, so instead different is a free guard zone, but yeah, so anywhere in play is now untakeoutable. So
untakeoutable.
I think that's a word. It's now a word.
I'm going to use it, yeah.
Yeah, untakeoutable.
Untakeoutable. That's what I'm going to call most rocks that I flash, untakeoutable.
It was untakeoutable.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it is untakeoutable, we'll see Ryan attempt to freeze here. I think they identified the back one that Chantel just threw to freeze down to. Even a little shot where he bumps the one on the tee line back a little bit, setting up a pocket would work for Ryan here. You see Ryan and Brianna wearing the U of A jackets there.
I was going to comment on that. I think if I read the thing right, I think there are 5 teams that would have been wearing the U of A jackets here this week.
I think, yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of them. They were a bit of, especially in the opening ceremony, they were a big train of U of A. So it's nice to see that their program is expanding to a little bit more doubles stuff, as it's kind of becoming more and more popular. And Obviously, they've been doing really well at it, them making the semifinal here, and even in the past before. But even so, just a lot of alumni playing right now. We have Chantel, she played with U of A for a couple years, and on the past sheet there, Danielle and Jay also played with U of A, and even yourself.
Yeah. And then Paige as well tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we got Paige, my mixed doubles partner there. She played with U of A as well, so definitely well represented here at the mixed doubles Alberta Provincials.
Much nicer jerseys than when I was there, but
maybe bigger A.
Bigger A.
Bigger A for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting though, despite like how many of those big A's were there, we are now down to this is the last U of A team standing, at least in this 2023 provincial.
Yeah, maybe speaks to how good the field is, or how good the alumni is that have come through the U of A. Ooh, a little bit of a uncharacteristic miss there for Kyler, opening the door for Ryan here to maybe freeze on the little pocket there.
Yeah, tough one there. Like, it looks like a huge miss, and it was, but I mean, 2 inches more, and he's probably yellow there.
Yellow, yeah. Sitting 3, yeah, would have been a good opportunity to score your multiple here. So
yeah, really close to excellent. A little bit of a disaster.
Totally.
Similar to earlier, we were talking to, so Ryan electing not to play a hit or a run back here. Obviously, you don't want to accidentally remove your own or anything like that, but certainly leaving a couple reds in play, which will give Kyler at least one more chance to see if he can get those into a scoring position.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I think the overall kind of mentality in doubles is to kind of freeze first, just because you've been doing that all game and you're kind of used to you should have your draw weight pretty much down packed. So maybe you're a little bit more comfortable with the freezes you see in the 4-man game. I think you'd be looking at some kind of hit or double attempt or something a lot faster than the freeze. I think if you're seeing this in the 4-man game, you'd rarely see them kind of freeze the pocket here.
Although in the 4-man game, if you made it that good every time, maybe that's a shot.
That's true. Really nicely done there by Ryan. I don't know if he's quite the red one in the back is second shot, or if he ended up second shot, but even just to be frozen in the pocket, there's absolutely zero chance of getting rid of that yellow rock. So pretty successful little result there for Ryan.
Yeah, part of the decision here, especially if, as you said, that red at the back is outcounting the yellow at the side, is whether you think you can still bring that into play. If you do, you might try and make a play on that yellow. If not, you might look at how can I get my 2 out of this end still, and certainly how can I make the decision whether we want to score or give up once you have hammer coming home. Both are probably reasonable.
Yeah, or depending on the angle, maybe even trying to get to the throwing the outrun, get to the low side of that yellow rock, and even if you clip your back red one, but even if you clip the red one that's frozen now, maybe open up that yellow one to be taken out on the next shot maybe, but trying to bring more rocks into play. But we will see a takeout here for Kyler.
Similar to what he was playing on his last one.
So he is able to remove the shot or one rock, but rolls probably a little bit too far, maybe sitting for third shot. So see Ryan indicated it is that red one that is shot rock.
Yeah, and then he indicated yellow is second.
Yeah.
So a little tap on the red shot rock, and probably Clyburn Broderson will be forced to the draw.
Yeah, so kind of main objective here for Ryan is just get rid of that red rock with how good he made his first one. Basically, sticking the shooter would be nice, but not a necessity. The main necessity is to get rid of that main shot rock and kind of put some pressure on Chantel and Kyler to make a play onto that shot yellow rock. we saw Ryan last at the Boston Pizza Cup, which you and I participated in. He had a pretty successful week there, making it all the way to the B final and I believe the C final and C semi, and he was inches away from beating Cooey to get his spot into the playoffs, but was just missed out on that and was able to unfortunately give up a steal in the extra end there to lose, and then lost to a strong Carson Sturmey there in the C. So definitely a proud showing for Ryan though to compete at the men's provincial.
Yeah, I think I was out on the second draw of that one, and just looking around, going, holy smokes, there's a lot of good curlers here, which I just think is really cool. Like, I have thought that at provincials before, but there is very little weakness, certainly across the men's game, and I think true of the Alberta women's game right now as well. And then looking across this field, like, there's no weak spots. There's any number of teams and any number of combinations that could have made this playoffs, and the ones that are here right now obviously been playing well all week. Yeah,
and I think that's the main thing is you look at all the pools, there's no team that went winless, there's no team that went undefeated.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a pretty stacked field all around. There's no team that's really taken over or showed any weaknesses. So yeah, definitely a strong field, and one you like to see out of Alberta. Always kind of been a stronger province depth wise. So you definitely see it here this week. Actually, I believe that other pool, not the pool we were in, but I think everybody had at least 2 losses or at least 2 wins. So that's pretty impressive, and just how tight the whole field was in that pool.
It's going to only get tougher as well. So mixed doubles, not necessarily new internationally, but certainly growing within Canada. And this group of players, these groups of teams, are just going to get better every single year. And even just in conversations around the rink, you can hear of how many other teams are considering throwing in entries or starting to make this a bit more of a priority of their season. So this is going to get stronger and stronger every year. And I hope that doesn't scare anybody off.
No, and I think if anything, you're seeing more people specialize in it. And more people that go, you know what, I maybe want to take a step back from the 4-man game, because I know how stressful and how much effort it takes to compete every week from September right till basically start of December. Just how much of a grind that is. So
yeah, it's going to be really hard to do both as this gets more and more competitive. So
absolutely,
I agree. I think there's going to be some teams saying this is
what we want to specialize in.
Win. Good shot there.
Yeah, pretty nice nice shot there. I think he wanted it to not bump it at all, but sit shot rock. Ryan and Brianna have to address that rock and try and remove it here. Probably still looking at the force though.
Yeah, pretty well anything that removes that red will do. So probably looking to play about half rock on that.
Yeah. Definitely can't do 2 things. You can't give the rock away, or you can't hit it on the nose. So focus here, try to hit anywhere from half to a quarter rock, and yeah, put the force into play.
Just dusting it, so no problems on this one at all. Red goes away, and
well thrown there. So maybe a little bit of decision time for Chantal and Kyler. Do they want to take the 1 point, or do they want the hammer and the next end maybe give up the steal of 1? So
what would you guys do?
It's kind of a tough call. I think we don't know exactly if they use the power play or not. I think if they use the power play in the 6th end, I would take my point and maybe try and force or take or steal. But if they have the power play in hand, I would probably concede the 1. Try and get my 2 points down the middle and move on. So base out of the kick there, looks like she will attempt the draw. What would you do?
No, I liked your reasoning there a lot. I think if you know you're playing down the center and the steals in play, probably take your 1. if you're looking to play around a corner, that's a little scary.
Totally.
And never in doubt there, right to the top 4, which is a little dust. So.
Yeah, well thrown there by Chantal as they'll take a 10-9 lead going into the last end here in the quarterfinal. All right. Last end action here at the 2023 Mixed Doubles Provincial Championship. We got Team Broderson-Clybrink up against Team Cullen-Jakes. We got Team Broderson-Clybrink hanging on to a 10-9 lead. Big high-scoring game here. We got myself, Evan Van Amsterdam, and Parker Conchu in the booth here calling the game. In our other game, this is the one of the other quarterfinals that was streamed here. In the other game, we had Team Schmiemann Ginter beating Team Sluchinski in a couple big ends and kind of looking like a comeback, but then another big end there for Jay and Danielle to take the lead, moving themselves into the semifinal where they will play myself and my partner Paige Papley in the semifinal. And in the other side, the winner of this game here will play Team McAlpine Calc in the other semifinal.
Yeah, so as we mentioned earlier there, the 2 semifinalists that had pre-qualified, so Paige and Evan and Craig and Ashley, had won their respective pools. So this is the quarterfinal to step into those semifinal games against those 2 teams. Last end to play here, potentially. And a Broderson-Clybrink up 10-9 on Teams Cullen-Jakes. Both teams have about 3 minutes left on their clock, which should be fine to get through an end of
Yeah, more than enough time, especially if they got some timeouts in hand too. That should be more than enough time. So maybe a little light there by my 4-man skipper Kyler Clybrink. A little light, maybe he probably wanted that one frozen on top of it, but as we mentioned before, above the tee line, it's in a usable position. Might come in handy as the end progresses here. So, but we'll see Ryan Jakes sit one on the button, try and sit 2 by throwing an intern draw around everything.
Yeah, I kind of like this call. Like, try and get in there right now and essentially, as best you can, try and put yourself in a position to win this game early in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Try and win it now. You know, put the pressure on Kyler to try to make something out of nothing with that out turn tap. So.
Something I've definitely noticed in mixed doubles is you don't always have, really never, you have time to wait, right? You get 5 rocks, you have to make them all good.
Totally. Yeah, with playing on sheet D previously in the week, I know this intern path has been pretty straight at times, but knowing Ryan too, with his intern to his credit, he's been getting some rocks to finish. So we kind of see this one here kind of come up and be in a pretty valuable spot right there. What are we seeing here? Maybe a tap attempt, maybe a double attempt, maybe?
Yeah, so certainly looking like Kyler wants to make a play on that red. Unclear what weight he's going to throw at it. Looks actually with that broom like he's going to throw at least a bit.
Yeah, maybe steam at it. I don't know if I necessarily love that. I think if he could try and get a hair high on the, with maybe like a back line weight, that's probably what I would like to see. Maybe if he can, maybe just bump it up and try and sit shot and maybe leave his shooter there so it's in a usable spot further down the end.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's a little interesting when he's throwing this sort of weight, but they might have two different objectives here, right? So they can either be looking for the force, taking it to the extra with hammer, or they can be looking for the steal. And I wonder if opening it up just a little bit here says we're happy with the force.
Yeah. So not totally quiet weight, and you know, you normally see Kyler stand up and sweep his own rock, but
Yeah, I'm not sure he's happy with this.
yeah, you know, he's probably a little wider. No,
Ooh, quite wide.
yeah, really wide. So bit of an unforced error there by Kyler, and opening the door for Ryan to maybe tap it, leave his shooter right there, and sit the two points. We kind of see their time clock slowly kind of dwindling down. Got a minute and a half basically remaining after this shot. I'm sure they got some timeouts in the bank with 3 more rocks here for to go.
Could be that. Could be that he just saw Kevin Cooey win a provincials and he knows that throwing with 10 seconds left is best. So
Yeah, maybe it is best. I think us all in Alberta are kind of slowly learning that. So
for sure.
looks really close.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, pretty nicely executed there by Ryan. Tapping it up, sitting the 2, like you said. You're sitting the 2. You're in a good spot. Putting the pressure on the other team here to maybe tap their own up. But the main thing is here is he left his intern rock in it's such a good spot that he can use it on later on in the end. So really nicely resulted there by Ryan.
A few things that you talked about earlier too is following up a miss with a make. So whatever Kyler chooses to throw here, really important that he does a good job with his rock and puts something in good position for Chantal.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing worse in the doubles game here where it's all touch freezes is back-to-back misses. You know, it's sometimes it's hard to come back from. I think we saw that a little bit in our other feature game there with Aaron. Sometimes had back-to-back misses, which just resulted in a big score going the other way. So we'll see how Kyler's able to adjust from his last shot. It looks like the adjustment is throwing the other turn.
And Team Broderson-Clydebank did call their timeout there, so gave themselves a lot of time to talk about what they were wanting to do here, and they're looking like they're going to try and open up the front a bit.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think with Kyler's last rock here and really big shot here, make sure they pick the correct shot. Looking close, he's up. Oh, well done. Excellent shot
applause
there.
from the crowd up front here.
Yeah, excellent shot there. Able to make 4 rocks fly there, and better that they sit the shot rock. So really nicely done by Kyler. Real clutch shot there.
I'd like to think it was the angle of these cameras, but I did not see all of those leaving
Yeah.
cameras.
It probably was.
Yeah, for sure. Great shot though.
Great shot. So big shot here for Ryan to, I don't know if you necessarily want to freeze right down to that other rock. If you do end up frozen, there might be the potential for Chantal to freeze her next one back and put the steal into play. So I think you almost want this one, but in between, you kind of want it biting the top button, but it needs to be fully buried so Chantal can't hack it out. Really came off there. You heard Brianna saying T-line back button, and then just all of a sudden, boom, stop top 8 foot. So
Yeah, and I wonder if she was predicting it too, because she did keep her broom down the entire time she was saying that as well.
yeah,
So it certainly swept it like they thought the weight was going to come off, maybe just more than they anticipated.
yeah. So a bit of an unfortunate miss there by Ryan. Obviously, you know, I mentioned heavy and frozen wasn't good, but certainly would have been a better result than light. So little green light here for Chantel to freeze on the, or not necessarily freeze. You don't necessarily want to freeze, but to throw at top 4 or bite the top button and sit 2 and really put some pressure on Brianna. Just watching her, looks like Chantel's had some pretty good draw weight. So see if she can be close here. Really hanging out there. Snapping
The line
hard.
is getting much better.
Snapping in there big time. Pretty good shot there. Yeah, it looks like they were just kind of committing to the guard there, so, which I like that call. They could have went top 4, top button right in there, but main objective was to take away that out turn side and force Brianna to make a pretty tricky tap here for her 1 point to take it to an extra. I think with the 1 point lead, I think I like that call.
Yep. So Brianna Cullen on the way down our ice to throw her last shot of end 8 here in this quarterfinal. We'll need to move a yellow into position to be shot rock in order to force an extra. Does not quite come
With
up
that,
enough, and it's going to
yeah.
be a steal of 1 red, and that's handshakes.
Handshake. So Chantel and Kyler coming through the tiebreaker earlier this morning and winning this quarterfinal here. We'll play Craig McAlpine and Ashley Kelk tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, where you're also seeing the other semifinal, myself, Evan Van Amsterdam, and Paige Papley taking on Chantel. We'll play Danielle Schmiemann and Jason Ginter in the other semifinal.
Awesome. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to Jacob and Conrad for running all the technical stuff to keep it up on the air tonight. And I'm sure they'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.